Hi everyone, and welcome to Creative Chelsey. Today I am excited to be sharing with you my third alternative project using the May 2022 paper pumpkin kit called Celebrating in Color. Now, if you're interested in seeing what came in this kit or watching me create any of my other alternative projects, you can click on the playlist and I can link that in the top right corner. If you are new to my channel and want to see more of my videos, click on the subscribe button and then the bell for notifications. I would love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and help you with any of your paper crafting needs. To purchase any of the products you see me use today, or to subscribe to get your own paper pumpkin kit, please visit my blog and I will add those links into the description as well. So today we are going to be stamping on some of the card bases and just creating some fun cards that just have a slight change to the originals. So for this one, I created a fun fold. It opens like this. So on the inside, you get to keep the bottom elements, and then the top just kind of pops in right there. Some fun stamping along the edge on the left. And then this one was one card base. You can see how those were connected. We cut that in half to create two small cards. They're perfect for like a little gift bag. You can pop that inside a birthday bag or maybe a little treat bag. There we go. And just perfect size for that kind of thing. So let's go ahead and get started making these cards. So let's begin with the two small cards. You're going to need this die cut piece from the kit and the coordinating envelope. So you just take the envelope and you're going to add this piece right on top, just like you did for the original card. And then make sure to add a little bit of adhesive right in the center, just because that's where we're going to be cutting it, and you want to make sure that edge is connected as well. So then this just gets added right to the card base. There we go. So it's going to look something like this. Then you'll want to take your paper trimmer and you'll cut this in half. So this is 5.5 inches. So you cut it at 2 3/4. You will want to add some extra pressure to make sure you can cut through all those layers of cardstock. All right, so now we're just going to stamp on these. One of the fun things about stamping on this gold foil is that the ink does not stick. And so you're going to get this fun splatter effect right in the center of your stamped images. So this one is the smaller dots, and then I did use the larger dots for the U. So I'll put that one off to the side and we'll stamp happy first. I'm stamping them in the basic gray ink that came in the kit, and I'm going to stamp 3 right on top of each other, and they do fit perfectly inside this 2 3/4 inch tag. So just try to find an area nice and straight. The first one's important because that's the one where you'll line everything else up to, so make sure it goes on straight. And then go to the next and just kind of hover it until you like where it's going to stamp. Good pressure. And then the last one right on top of that. Then you'll want to take a tissue and just pat over the gold areas. If you move it, then you could smear the ink and actually create like a little smudge. So then you'll get something that looks like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the stamping on the second one, and then we'll do our tags. So this one is a little less stamping. We're just going to do the U one time. And just try to find a good spot for it, kind of around those gold elements. And then the same thing, just pat the ink until it's off there. Okay. I did line it up along that edge of the blue. So next we're going to stamp the tag, and I decided to use the long label. And I'm just going to cut maybe 2.5 inches. I think that's right in half at 2.5. Let's double check. One's a little shorter, which is fine. And I might even trim that down some more, depending on the size. So for one of these, I wanted to do You Can Do Anything. So I've got that on a clear block. And the other one says Happy, and then I'm going to add You Make Me Happy. Just like that. And you can decide which angle to place the little banners, which side to place the banners. That's up to you. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit of gold trim along the back. So I've added some adhesive there first. Then I'm going to take about 10 inches of this gold trim, and I'll wrap that on the back of the labels into a faux bow. All right, so then I'm going to add it to the back of the greeting, and I want it to go this direction. So up like that. And then you just wrap back and forth to create that bow look. The reason I like to do faux bows is because then you don't get this knot underneath your label. Okay, so something like that. And then I'll do the same with this one. This one, I think I want it to go this way as well. So opposite. Okay. Oops. There. Okay. So then I'm going to add some dimensionals, and I do want to add one right over the gold trim just to make sure that everything stays in place. And then I can place it right on my card. Just like that. And then if you wanted to add any of the leftover enamel dots, you can do that as well. This one I'm going to trim off the excess. And there's the second one. Super quick and simple cards. So then for our last card, we need one of the plain white card bases from the kit, this piece from the kit, and then one of the circle labels. and you'll also need your paper trimmer. We're going to begin by removing 1 3/4 from one of the edges of the card base. So 1 3/4. And then you can go ahead and fold this side down. And then you're going to remove the circle from this piece, and we're going to stamp going down the left side. There will be a little bit of stamping on your grid paper. So I'm going to bring in some scratch paper, and we're going to do this happy stamp in the basic gray. So for this, I did decide to do a full one down here at the bottom. Just like that. And then I stacked the rest going all the way up to the top. And the one on the top does come off the edge a little bit. Okay, so just like that. So now we're going to add this to our card base. And I'm just going to add it to the top half, and then I will trim it right here. That will tell me, that will be a better judge as to where I need to trim. So I've just added a little bit of adhesive to the top. Make sure we've got a nice border going all the way around. And then I'm going to open it up, pull back my paper trimmer. And if you wanted, you could use sorry, I lost my train of thought. You could use paper snips here if that would be better for you. And I'm just removing that edge right along the edge there. Okay. Then if I want to add a little more adhesive under here, I can. We'll try it this way. Okay. This one will go on the card base at the bottom, the inside part. And you just want it to line up with the top. Okay, so this is where we're at. And then you're going to want to remove this. So you may want to do that with a pair of paper snips. I have a 2 1/4 inch punch that's practically the exact size. And so I'm going to use this. This is a retired punch from Stampin' Up. You may also be able to use some of the layering circle dies. That might work. I've noticed that there's a little bit of leftover right here. So what I'm going to do is just take my punch and line it up on the right side just to remove that little extra piece. Okay, so now this is going to go back in here. Just line up those lines. This gets popped out with some dimensionals. Okay. The nice thing is that even though it's practically the same size, it does hold. There's just a little bit of a change there, and it holds it in place. So then for my label, I'm going to stamp just the word celebrate, and it comes from the greeting to celebrate your day. And all I'm going to do is ink up the word celebrate. You can do this a couple ways. This word is large enough that you can just use the edge of your ink spot. You see that? To ink up the word celebrate. And then go down to the edge of the E. And then if you do get any ink on any of the others, you just can clean it off before stamping. It fits perfectly right above the U. And then that goes on to my circle right in the center. And then the very last thing would be to add some colored enamel dots. I'm using the Parakeet Party color. It just gives me a good pop against this Orchid Oasis. There you go. And that card is all done. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching me create these alternative projects to the May 2022 Paper Pumpkin Kit. If you're interested in subscribing to get your own kit, or if you need any of the products that you've seen me use today, you can visit my blog at creativechelsey.com. If you're interested in getting written instructions or to see close-up images of these cards, you can also visit my blog. Thank you so much for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.